This is a novel, The Wicked by James Newman, that was published by Necessary Evil Press in 2007. I was hired to do both the cover illustration and the interior illustrations. I think there were 5 of them. This is the trade edition. With trade meaning there were 350 numbered copies, so I guess you'd officially call this the numbered edition. There was also a lettered edition, which I'll show you in a minute. The numbered edition only had James Newman signing them. I wasn't involved in that. This AC means author copy, even though I'm not the author. Probably should have been a PC or nothing at all. The numbered edition only had black and white illustrations. They were not color. Also not color. That's my son. He didn't really look like that. He did pose for it, but not after having been bitten by these little monsters. The crazy thing was, I also did full color versions of these interiors that were supposed to be used for the lettered edition. They were actually printed, trimmed, ready to be bound, but according to the publisher, for some reason, the color illustration pages were not bound into the lettered editions. So God knows how that could happen. The publisher actually sent me copies of the printed and trimmed color versions of these, but the lettered edition ended up having black and white illustrations, just like the 350 numbered ones, which was a damn shame. I don't understand how a printer would do that. I've worked with professional printers as an employee of the government printing office for almost a decade. I was a printing contract specialist. It was my job to write the contracts for projects like these, only for the government, various government agencies. And I would go on press inspections, and I would inspect the job as it was on the press. We were given galley proofs to approve before production would continue. We were given samples of a pre-bound item so that we could approve that. So there are all these steps leading to the actual production of a book, and I can't imagine how that happened. That mistake happened with this. Anyway, it did. This is the 350 numbered copy edition. It had a cloth binding, blue embossed typography, this faux animal skin end paper, and the illustrations, again in black and white. One cool thing about the lettered edition is it came in a metal tray case box. More artwork I did. It's a little magnetic thing to hold it. Sort of a faux tooled leather bottom to the box. The lettered edition had a ribbon marker, the same faux animal skin, but this one was bound again, like most of the lettered editions I was involved with other projects. It was bound in this fake leather binding, still with the blue embossed typography. This one had a spot for me to sign, and that's in color. That made it into color. That didn't. And neither did any of the interiors. They were all in black and white, as you can see. I believe this this version of the tray case was the one that was sent to the 20, I guess it was 26, might have been 52 people who bought the lettered edition. But there was another one. This was another design idea from the company that was making the tray cases. Variations on the flames. The rest of it's all the same. I kind of like this one better. If it had been my choice, I would have taken this one. But the publisher very kindly, I guess he had a couple of extra ones of these, and he let me have one. Interesting story. I was at my very first Nikon Northeast Writers Conference in 2007. Might have been 2008. They were still being held at Roger Williams University in Bristol, Rhode Island, on their campus. And I had this painting in the art show there. I didn't know at the time, but I found out when I got there that the publisher of Necessary Evil Press and his wife were also attendees. Saturday morning, I think I was approached by the publisher. No, first I was approached by the publisher's wife. She took me aside and she asked if she could purchase the painting as a surprise for her husband. And I agreed, sure, of course, you can buy it. It's yours. So we did that deal. Then later that same day, the publisher, on his own, pulled me aside and said, you know, I'd really like to buy the painting for the Wicked cover. It kind of put me in a bind there because I had the secret to keep with his wife, and I had to tell him, oh, I'm sorry, it's not for sale. You know, I think he got very, very angry with me. But, you know, we got through the weekend, and then on Sunday, when his wife finally told him, you know, that it was a gift for him, everybody was happy. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just give you a sort of a gallery show of the original illustrations in both black and white as I drew them, and also in color, which was just me taking the black and white image and in Adobe Photoshop doing a duotone of it, you know, adding an extra color. I think in one I did a tritone, which was adding 2 extra colors to the original black. And you'll see what could have been.